Internet Comic Book Friends, I'm Travis, and it's New Comic Book Day, yay! Or at least New Comic Book Day for me. Comics that came out January 15, 2020. My handy-dandy invoice here says that 12 issues this week. It's like I almost didn't buy comics for me. Let's start out with this thing, which is one of the, ooh, look at that, tape. It's of the devil. Right there, that is of the devil. So it is, question, issue number 2, part of the Black Label oversized books, The Deaths of Vic Savage, Jeff Lemire written, Dennis Conway pencils, Bill Sekowitz on inks. I wasn't a big fan of the first issue because Vic Savage was kind of an asshole to some characters in it. I don't know. It bugged me. But we'll be curious, though. I'll be curious to see what this is. Dig the art, so I'll be checking it out for that alone. Ooh, look, it's Iron Man 2000 calendar. Look at that. Wow. Take that to work. Whatever. Anyway, let's look at my comic books. So, Steeple, issue number 6, I believe. No, 5. I think this is the end. I think this is the end of Steeple. It has been a lot of fun. It has been a very, very good laugh. I'm glad I checked this out. I'm definitely thinking I need to go back and get Giant Days, which is what John Alice is, I think, he's gotten Eisner nominations, if not one, for. But this was a lot of fun. It was a good laugh, a good chuckle. It's one of my books to read, to chuckle with. Undiscovered Country, issue number 3, the Charles Soule and Scott Snyder book. Kaoki on art. Get this interesting look at a weird slice of future America, which has spiraled into who knows what. It's got a bit of Road Warrior, a bit of mysticism in it. Yeah, I'm just really curious to see what is going on at this spiral to get to the middle of America and solve their problems for not just America, but this plague that's killing off tons of people all over the world. So, curious to see what that has to say. I have enjoyed it. The first 2 issues quite a bit. Yay! Jimmy Olsen, issue number 7. Well, here comes Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. Elastilad's there on the thing. Get some psychiatric help. The doctor is in. Peeling back. Comic there. Just a hilarious, smart comic. Matt Fraction and Lieber and Fairbrain. Just some great stuff. Always happy to read it. Just the narration, it is the best. The best. Skulldigger and Skeleton Boy, issue number 2. We'll see where this goes. It has been, the first issue was really good. The art is amazing in it. Oh, this is an interesting cover of this guy swinging off of a bomb. And that is Jim Grimm. I don't know if he's a Joker analog or what exactly. He kind of feels like that to some degree. All these signs say vote for him. As he's broken out of prison. Well, I enjoyed the first issue. The art was really interesting. We'll see how the story itself plays out. Like I said, some of these spin-offs from the Black Hammer comic have been really, really good. And there have been a few that have been kind of misses also. So, but this doesn't, I don't know if this is adding any layers to the world of Black Hammer at all. Not as of yet, anyway. But it's interesting. And we've got SFX issue number 5. I think this is the issue where our cast of acquaintances attempt to break in to rescue two people from the sex police, basically. We'll see how that goes. If you've watched my last video, which was super long, if you made it into where I was talking about this book, I'm not totally sold on this book anymore. There's some elements that I have problems with, just from a purely storytelling standpoint. So we'll see. We'll see what that entails. There's somebody's voice. She's been liking it. Thick comic. Second Coming, issue number 6. This is the final issue of the Second Coming. You know what? This really hasn't been that fabulous, I didn't think. Nor scandalous. Why Vertigo Comics walked away from it, I think, is ridiculous. There's nothing in here that would make somebody, I don't think, even a religious person, unless you're just really going to stick up your ass, would think that this was blasphemy to the point of that it should be banned or something silly like that. At any rate, I'm glad we got to see it. I'm glad we got to read it, but it hasn't blown my mind. So in this is a preview of Billionaire Island, which is a new Mark Russell and Steve Pugh, the people who did Flintstones, which is the first thing that we all kind of really jumped on board, got excited with Mark Russell. Their new book, so I'm excited to be checking that out. And I'm curious to see what the end of this is. So, The Batman's Grave, issue number 4, Warren Ellis written, Hitch drawn Batman book. It's generally a standard Batman kind of a story. If you like watching Batman, punch and beat people up and be grim and gritty, this is a book. So, Dead Eyes, issue number 4. We are finally truly into story that we have not seen. If you had picked this up when the title was originally called Dead Rabbit, some of the first issues of Dead Eyes were exactly just reprints of that with the new title on it. So now we are into the new work. I do hope this thing's selling. I really like McCrae's art, and I really like him on independent books a lot. This has been enjoyable. It's got a kind of the right kind of satirical look at society, and then just having this kind of crazy character running around, battling other thugs, basically kind of a thug himself, but mostly kind of Robin Hood-ish in that robbing from the rich and giving to the poor. Sometimes that entails robbing other criminals too. So. And the final issue of Freedom Fighters. Freedom Fighters Victory. So we'll see if it really is victory or not. This is set on Earth X, where the Nazis had won World War II and taken over the world. And so it's the Freedom Fighters battling some current generation of Adolf Hitler and crew. So it's been enjoyable. So I'm looking forward to the finish on that. And I don't know, they're going to set it up so there's something next. I'll be curious to see what that is. A book I'm always super, super excited about, Lucifer. This is issue number 16. To see what Lucifer is exploring now. I think we're diving into a new storyline. And I'm just really looking for it. Dan Waters, amazing writer. Pretty much now anything he's writing, I'm buying. Of course, it's got Max Marama on this one, Dave McCaig on colors. Sometimes it's Sebastian, his twin brother. Both of them, I love them as artists. McCaig is an excellent colorist, so this will just be a high-quality book, I'm sure of it. And finally, this time, a book I'm excited about. I really enjoyed the first issue. It's The Low Woods, issue number 2, part of the Hill House comics. This whole place, this mining town with a fire going on underneath it, this condition where the women, about the time they hit puberty, start having losses of time. There's some, some queer relationships going on in this, some kind of tensions that's somewhat interesting as kind of a backdrop to this really, really eerie, creepy stuff that's going on in it. So I'm just This will be when I get to this pile of comics. I'm still reading the other pile of comics because those comics came late. This will probably be at the top of the list of things to read when I get to that book, just because I'm that excited about that. With that wonderful Danny art on it with Bonneville doing the colors. Anyway, that's my books. Only 12 books. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.